Lord. Tripped out.
Why you got to do those?
I ain't think about that. You might have to slide out now because I ain't finna move the camera again. You sure where you want it?
Yeah.
Yo, we finally made it, baby. San Antonio, Texas, where everybody is driving to get, where a few can make it to. Man. It's been a long season. Seemed like it flew by, though, honestly. But we're finally here. The final four of each classification. And, man, this weekend is about to be crazy. We're going to check out the game that we have on slate. Man, we just got back from session 1 and session 2, and we'll talk about those a little bit, but we're really going to go in depth, of course, on the game that we're covering with the Shelbyville Dragons, and also another team that we've covered with Silsbee Tigers. Man, let's not waste no time, man. We here. It's time. Let's get it jumping. Let me bring on my brother, my mentor, my co-host, Marlon Cloudy Jr. Yo. Man. Check out the woo. Let's go. San Antonio, we didn't make it, man.
Ooh, that's a drive. We need to look at relocating this thing.
Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people want it in different places. I was talking to an old school guy earlier at the session 2. He was like, why is it always in San Antonio? I can't be in Houston. I can't be in Dallas. I missed the Dome in Austin. What is the answer to that? Is it money?
Well, I do know Austin, South by Southwest. It was a conflict with that. Yes, that's
huge music concert here in Texas.
That's a much bigger event than the UIL Boys State Basketball Tournament. So,
not to us.
No, not to us. But to the city of Austin.
For sure.
So, yeah, me personally, I like, they got a couple nice venues in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They just built that nice arena in Baylor, at Baylor, where
so you got Waco.
The Bears play Waco, which is Central Texas. So you got some options, but San Antonio, there's a lot of different conferences down here, a lot of different things. I guess the city of San Antonio, I'm not going to say I guess, the city of San Antonio does some good things. So as far as hosting conferences and events, so I think people like coming here and putting on their events.
Yeah. What about a rotation though, man? Because like I just said, we left session 2, and this is multiple years now where you have teams like Hitchcock having to play San Antonio Cole, and it's basically a home game for San Antonio Cole. We'll go back tonight. San Antonio Veterans Memorial will have a home game. I mean, what about rotating into these different cities? You mentioned Waco. You mentioned the outskirts of Dallas. Of course, we have Houston. What would your thoughts be on that?
I love to see it. And I know, from an administrative standpoint, having a secured lockdown location for multiple years on both sides of it. Like they always want that, okay, we need a deal on paper. So, there's different factors that play into it, but just trying to be fair to the kids and coaches and the programs, I think that you should spread the love out.
No doubt. Hey, comment, tweet us, hit us up. Let us know how you guys feel about that. What do you think UIL should consider moving forward? Do you live in San Antonio? Do you not? And what venues would you love to see the UIL State Boys Basketball Tournament, girls as well, move to? Before we move ahead, man, let's go. They say, we made it. Dun, 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 dun. You know you're from East Texas when you start beating on the table and start making your own. Right? But listen, though, man, we are here. San Antonio, Texas, man. I'm extremely excited. Like I said, just came from 2 sessions, watched a couple of good games. Let's go ahead and go through them. through the bracket so people can see the matchups that are going on. Oh, yes, had to take a picture of the Alamo Dome, man. Taking care of us. We'll get back to these matchups later because these are the schools that we'll be covering. Here's the first session we saw this morning. So Saturday we'll have Benjamin versus Jayden, number 2 versus number 3 in 1A. We'll talk a little bit more about Benjamin here shortly. And we'll have number 6 Ponder facing off with number 1 Hitchcock. Man. We're gonna have some games on Saturday morning and then Saturday afternoon. Here are the matchups for 5A, which will take place in session 3 this afternoon. And here's a look at the 2 biggest classifications here in Texas. 5A, they'll tip off here shortly, 7 p.m. San Antonio Veterans Memorial versus Ellison, and then the nightcap, number 1 team in the state, Lancaster versus number 5 Amarillo. 6A, you see at the bottom down there, will take place tomorrow night. Man. We got some games on the slate. Just let you look at the bracket for a second. We'll go back through it. 1A and 3A. We know who won those 2 contests. All right, let's jump to the games we'll see Friday morning, session 1. And we'll start with number 2, La Pan versus number 17, New Home, 8:30 a.m. Friday morning, March the 8th. It's going to be a game, man. It's totally different. Same 2 teams, but 2 totally different teams than we saw last year at the state tournament. La Pan graduated a lot, so did New Home. But that speaks to the prestige of both programs and both coaches to have so many young guys and then make it back to the state tournament with those young guys. Who you taking, man?
Man, I don't think many people would have said this, even Coach Gaylor at the beginning of the year, but I got the La Pan Indians going back and playing for another state championship game on Saturday morning. We saw them in Holiday Hoops. We talked about our conversation that we had with him about, man, y'all don't have holes, y'all can, y'all do this, y'all do that. And we've been talking about a couple of freshmen this year that really stepped up. And I got one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Last name Gaylor.
Yes, sir. It's a familiar last name, man.
So definitely think they'll take care of business versus New Home, but that will be a tough matchup for them. And trying to get to that championship game against our 10 o'clock game.
10 o'clock. Number 13.
One of the main reasons we came down.
The main attraction, Shelby County's own, number 13, Shelbyville Dragons versus Thrall in the 10 a.m. matchup. I'm taking Thrall. Who you got?
Not Thrall. Not that early. I know you get Shelbyville, but I know you can't do that.
Listen, I can't do that to the Dragon people. I chose against them with Timpson. They prevailed. I chose against them with Bakeville. And guess where they are now? I'm not a superstitious guy, but there may be some superstitious people down in Possum Tribe and down in Shelbyville, Texas. So I will forget East Liberty. But I'll let you make your predictions.
All right. We got something unique in this game. So Thrall, I didn't know this. I was talking to Leland Haney. Some people might remember that day. I was talking to him. He teaches there at Central Middle School. And the head coach for Thrall, Coach Campbell, just a few years ago, he was down at Shelbyville.
Yes, sir. I knew that name sounded familiar.
And learned that he eventually took over as AD and then moved over to Thrall. And look at the basketball guys providing key.
Here we go. They continue to make a way. Won't he do it?
Oh, man. Another storyline.
Yes, sir.
Ex-Shelbyville coach and athletic director versus the Shelbyville Dragons state semifinal game for a chance to play for a championship.
I watched a little video on Thrall, man. Got a little bit of size inside to match with Shelbyville's size.
6'4", 6'4" kid.
6'4" football looking linebacker.
6'2",
You got some
6'3"
long wings.
Yeah.
And then you got some guys that can handle the ball and shoot it. So one of my pet peeves when you get down here to the state tournament, when you hear people say, "Man, they sorry." These guys are in the Final Four in all of 2A. Yeah, somebody may be outmatched against somebody else, but none of these teams that have made it down here to San Antonio are what you can call sorry. Coaches, parents, ain't many coaches, parents, young people, please stop saying that. It's not easy. If it was easy, anybody could do it. All right, I know a lot of coaches that have been begging and pleading and working their tails off to get down here and haven't even sniffed it. All right, so go ahead and make it big. I had to get that out there, get that out of the chest. My bad.
I got Shelbyville.
You got shit.
I got Shelbyville overall, and I got the Dragons versus the Indians for
Here we go.
State title.
What a matchup that is. What a matchup that will be, man. If we can get, hopefully we can get that one. But whew, you got Deep East Texas, and you have the legendary, the well-renowned and well-known La Pan Indians. They're even known down in East Texas because, like you said, they come to Holiday Hoops every year. So everybody down there knows them. These teams have seen each other before. Man, what a game that will be Saturday afternoon.
Well, a lot of people thought we might get Martinsville versus La Pan for a possible state championship.
1 versus 2. Yep.
But here we go. Like this is why you play the game. You talked about people are in the Final Four now. I mentioned this to you a couple episodes ago. None of these teams put anybody on their schedule once the playoffs started. They played who was on the schedule and who was in front of them. And they won 5 games to get here. So, hats off to all the teams that are here, but I got the Dragons versus the Indians, and I'm going to go ahead and make my state championship pick. Now, I want you to get a ride when Shelbyville Plus down here because I've been on their bandwagon.
Y'all left.
And I had to drive myself. Coach Wager.
My God.
My wife knows something. I can't say that. But I ain't mad at y'all. They ain't gonna hold it against you. I got the 2A state championship trophy coming back to Shelbyville, Texas, and Shelby County.
Let's go.
The Dragons
will
be hosting that trophy up
Man.
At about, I say 2:45, 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Let's go get it, Dragons.
Good luck, Shelbyville. We will be courtside, taking it in, getting some video for the Dragons. Potential 2024 state championship, Shelbyville Dragons. Let's move on to Class 4A, and man, what a field we have here.
Let's not even get into the field. We were talking before we started recording.
Yeah.
You had something you want to get off your chest. What did you get off your chest?
Man, listen. Sometimes what we say before we go live it needs to stay back there, but I guess this needs to come out. He can put me on the spot. And I know I can't be the only person in the state of Texas that feels this way, but I feel bad for teams that like Silsbee. Last year you have Houston, Washington that come down here, they compete their tails off. You win 5 games, you make it to the state tournament, and you have to come down here and play against the Harlem Globetrotters that were recruited all over the Dallas area. Like, if we could recruit, I won't even go there. I'm just not a huge fan of a team that's able to recruit being a part of UIL and the state basketball tournament. And if they are, then okay, that's cool. I think they should play at the highest level there is. They should not be playing 4A They should definitely 3A, 2A, 1A, 5A. They should have to be enrolled and play against 6A schools. And that's all. I'll leave it at that, man. I'm gonna get off my stuff.
We always say it ain't personal, but that's a little personal. It's a little personal. I know that staff program thing.
Okay, you know.
I know that.
Hey, listen.
And I'm gonna tell you this. But from what I know, we're recruiting other programs, and actually we actually signed a couple of the players.
I bet you
At
did.
Cedar Hill.
Okay.
This staff used to be at Cedar Hill, and got a great relationship with them, and really, they've been doing this since before they had 5-star and 4-star players.
Doing this and putting a great product on the
They
floor.
put a great product on the floor. They do it the right way. And here's my take.
Give it to them. Please.
Hey, the second rule, after you learn the rules, the first rule is learn the rules. And the second rule is break the rules. But you break them to see how far the rules will go. All the Faith Family is doing is playing within the rules of the game. I think this is a higher level, and this needs to be addressed from a different organization. Faith Families are doing what's provided to them. And unfortunately, the Houston Washingtons and the Sealsbees and the things that they run into at the state tournament, I do think they get a bad draw because it's not an even playing field.
For sure.
You can't, if those six are going to recruit here for Beaumont, you know how many people are going to be blowing a whistle.
He would have to go recruit nobody.
Well, if that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
But you got a team that they're potentially in my bracket going to face on Saturday who can go recruit those players and those players come play with us. Yeah,
So Faith Family just giving us the blueprint.
They're
just putting it out there.
There it is. All right, so I got Sealsby.
You already said it.
I got Sealsby
Sealsby versus Faith Family, and I'm in agreement with you.
All right. Randall, no slouches.
No.
But I just think I also said this. This is the Sealsby Redemption Tour.
Yeah.
Revenge Tour. The Sealsby Revenge Tour. And they are on a mission. They beat Houston Washington by 10 to make it to this point in the regional finals. And those seniors want to go out with a name. And we talk about how unfair and unequal this thing is. I don't think Sealsby can. I don't think Sealsby won't.
Well, they proved that a couple years ago. And this same group of sophomore ladies.
Yeah.
And they went blow for blow.
It's gonna be
I
hope both teams win. You gotta go play the game. Sealsby,
I'm taking
Sigmund, Coach, y'all get it done.
Let's go.
We want Texas.
Oh,
no. We don't want this matchup. The Golden Triangle don't want this matchup. The DFW don't want this. The state of Texas wants this matchup. Penny Hardaway wants this matchup.
I was going to say more than the state of Texas. There is people across the country
They want to see it.
the NFHS on Saturday. If we can get this matchup, it's still be a Faith Family.
And with all the unfairness and all the recruiting,
Homegrown boys.
I got the Sealsby.
Come on now.
I got the Sealsby Tiger brother winning a thriller in the Alamo Dome and restaking their claim as state champions at 4A basketball.
Let's go. So before I heard you just say that, you're calling this the Sealsby Revenge Tour.
Revenge Tour.
And I asked you before we got on air, man, go ahead and tell the people what are the top 5 things that you are looking forward to the most entering this state tournament. Yeah.
So this is the thing that I like about coming down here. You get these storylines, you get these different things going on. Number one, Shelby County.
Come on,
I got number one on my list is Shelby County represented, and I want to see the Dragons bring it home.
Yeah, Shelby County got one in football.
Exactly.
It will be
Man.
a storybook ending if you get one in basketball as well.
Number two, I was hoping because that was 2 years ago. The UIL pitted Silver versus Faith Cummins together. And the semifinals.
Yeah.
In the semifinals. So I was hoping that didn't happen again. I was hoping it did not. So I wanted this matchup to be the championship game and still be finalized the revenge tour. They didn't call it that. I called it that. And win the state championship. And Coach Sigmund, Senator, bring one back home for the hometown. That's number 2 on my list.
Do you mind still calling that phrase?
They can have it. I won't even sell it to you. Y'all can have it for free.
Right.
Put that on the t-shirt. Just make sure I get a shirt. Make sure the city make sure I get a shirt. Number 3. Now, I still can't believe this. You mentioned this number to me. We didn't talk about
And what did Old Trevor Sports when I mentioned?
I said, there ain't no way.
No way.
There's a kid from Benjamin, Texas.
Wherever that is.
I don't know where it's at, but I know I've heard of it now.
I know he needs to not be there next year. Go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
How many points you say he gave? I heard he scored a lot of points, and I want to see him in person.
Listen, I didn't believe it either.
Average.
Game 47.
47 points. All right, so young man, if anybody averages, if he scored 47, I want to go see him score all that state.
Yeah.
He had 32 in the semifinals, so he must have really scored. Oh my goodness.
50% shoot.
Mr. Regan from Benjamin High School, I want to see you live and in living color. That's number 3 on my list. Number 4. We talked about 4A, we talked about 2A, we just talked about 1A. Sorry, 5A. I'm going straight to 6A.
Got to.
My, have you ever seen such a loaded tournament?
Let's go. Let's go.
Have you ever seen such a loaded tournament? Make it big.
Number 1, playing over here. Get us off the screen.
So you got number 1. You got number 2. You got number 6.
Let me get that down there as well. Let's make sure the people can see it.
You got number 14.
Woo! Man. And I get excited every time bowling night comes down.
Oh man,
They make me feel like
it's almost.
I guess I am from the 09, you know, if I'm married, you know.
Shout out to Coach Green and Coach Stigler.
Okay,
we opened up
yes, sir.
the Shelby County Family Life Center, and you know that gym that we got there in the center now. When we had the opening ceremony, these 2
Legendary coaches.
Coach Harrison got them to come down and speak at the Center High School basketball clinic that he put on, which was a great thing for local coaches to come in and get some advice, expertise, drills, whatever you want to get from legendary coaches. And they took time to come by and not only support and be there, but also share words of wisdom. So, Coach Green, you're a part of the family now.
How many wins were in that gym that day?
That was a lot. Harrison, Stigler, and Green.
Yeah. Hey, listen, now we the coach of games too. I know we ain't on that level. We're talking about total wins in the gym. Woo!
Man. I'm gonna say 2,000.
2,000. My God.
But let's get back to these matchups. My heart says go Wayne United, but my basketball spirit wants a rematch. That's the basketball spirit. I'm talking about story.
Yes, you are. Yes,
Plano East versus Round Rock Story Point. Number 1 versus number 2. And people don't realize this is going to be a rematch. These 2 teams met as number 1 and number 2 in December. But it was flipped.
Yeah.
Story Point was number 1 in the state, Plano East was number 2, and they had a thriller. And that game got tested. That game got heated. And Plano East ended up winning it. So here they sit, 38-0. 38-0. Whew. Win in the semifinals, 39-0. You can go 40-0 in the largest, toughest, most competitive classification in the state of Texas and be state champions. And the biggest thing standing in your way is a rematch with them boys that don't like you very much. Ooh, that's the point that I want to see. Make it happen, basketball guys. Plano East, no offense, United. I'm still be happy to cheer for y'all if y'all win. I will, but that will make a heck of a storyline. That's I can't even see that rematch. And then last, and definitely not least, just the whole experience of the state tournament. You know, this is one of my teachers. I put in a couple months ago for the state tournament. One of my teachers told me I was going to a family reunion. That's what this is. This is a tournament for family reunion for us, and we eat it up. A lot of our relatives come down. And nothing like spending time with family.
Sir, we got to book a reservation for 35. For lunch on Saturday morning.
So the fifth thing that I'm looking forward to is just spending time with family, watching good games, having good conversations, and staying in good hotel rooms. Like I have become the highest.
This is my job. This ain't me. I can't visit over here.
Man, the highest show to take care of me. And I appreciate it. Maybe they go sponsor. We got McDonald's and we got Hyatt. We need to talk to the corporate all over. We got to talk to them.
Y'all hear that? There's 2 kids in here somewhere. That's how big this room is. You ain't heard them the whole episode. You won't hear them. They ain't gonna tell us what part of the hotel they in. This is
But no, those are the 5 things that I'm excited about. I'm looking forward to, and man, what a weekend we have ahead of us down here in San Antonio.
no doubt about it, man. Oh man,
What you got?
you took a couple of mine.
Okay,
I definitely not only want to see and witness Mr. number 3 in the nation in scoring. Wow. Number 1 in the state of Texas. I also want to meet him. I want to sit down.
Well, let's do this. Let's get him on the interview.
Grayson Rigdon.
Let's get him on the interview.
But Shaka, we got to link up while we're up here in San Antonio. But yes, I definitely want to see that young man.
Now, what's he in Texas?
I saw him in 8th grade.
Okay.
And I knew then that he was different. But you can never ever imagine somebody's going to average 47 points. So yes, I got to, and not only in basketball, I see it in football, junior high, and on the track. This young man is special. So Grayson Rigdon, if you see this, we need to link up. We got to sit down and have conversations with you. Also, who does? If you're from Shelby County and you are not cheering for the Dragons this weekend, something wrong with you.
You a hater.
Like point blank period. And one thing we not gonna do, we ain't gonna ever hate. No matter what the situation is, if I'm a Shelby County kid through and through, cheer for Timpson. Stood in front of the TV, you thought I was at the game. I'm gonna be at the game tomorrow. Courtside, we're gonna be cheering for Shelbyville. Shelbyville Dragons, bring it back to Shelby County, bring it back to East Texas. Everybody is supporting you and gonna be cheering for that. The 409, man. I feel like that's a nine.
You were not fish time,
My wife, yeah. And caught the big fish. The baddest fish. But no, spent a lot of time in the Bowman area. Know the guy, AG. Shout out to AG that trains a lot of the Bowman United as well as assist the kids. So I'm always seeing them on social media. You know, social media make me feel like you know people.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea who they are. But we did get to meet Jared Harris, Draylon Miller, the Silsby Tigers. So I'm always cheering for them who come down here.
Hey, shout out Miller's dad. Draylon Miller's dad. We sat beside him at the region tournament, nigga. He's top notch.
Yeah. Made sure that we got to talk to him after the game.
I think he'll be an NFL player. What you think about that?
So you heard it here first. They have two, for sure, professional players on that team.
Okay.
Which leads to my next point. They will give Faith Family all they want. Faith Family should not. And I made myself very clear that Faith Family should have played Plainview East to come state. No, but for real, I think they match up. They don't match up extremely well, but they got something that a lot of people don't have. They got heart. And it's an old saying, I take heart over height anything. Those guys ain't scared of anything. Draylon Miller is going to be a professional football player, and Jared Harris is a professional hooper. He's a pro. He's a bad boy. Penny Hardaway, you got you one. So I would love to see them take down Faith Family, and I think we will. And Beaumont, I'll be cheering for you. I think it's will happen. I don't know, but I think the 409, man, it's something about them kids down there. And they make it clear. They try to link them in with Houston.
Versus everybody.
No, it's 409 versus everybody. We in Houston. A couple years ago, last year. Wesley Yates, they in the post-game interview. Houston versus Dallas, he stopped it right there. Beaumont. I'm not for you. This is Beaumont. So 409, we're pulling for you guys as well. And it's just so many. So we got Rickman, we got Shelbyville, we got Silsby. Another one I can't wait to see. The number one team in the state. You slept on 5.
I skipped over.
You skipped over 5. I'm gonna give them some love, man. I'm gonna give them some love because
shout out Doug people. Doug is people. Look, it's not a lot of coaches that I don't like what they do. Like he's number one. And
let the people know where Doug is.
All right, Doug is at Lancaster. And the number one team in the state. Always show love out on the recruiting trail. I couldn't sniff none of his players that I wanted to recruit, but he always showed love. But, Wayne Taylor, Texas A&M.
Yes, sir.
Elijah Thomas, ex-Texas.
It's just some guys.
Yeah, and it's way more than that. But we couldn't sniff them. We couldn't touch them, but he always made me feel welcome.
And that's who I'm excited to see. That game, I think them and Ellison, man.
Okay.
I'm taking them and Ellison. Because Ellison got a guard as well that is a bad man. And I'm just excited to see the matchups this weekend. And the DFW, they always bring so much in. That's another reason I'm kind of frustrated with the Faith Family situation because they don't bring the crowd like Carter. Do you remember that year? Carter?
See.
Too bad, too low. Like they bring the juice, man. We don't get to see them at state anymore because they have to go through at the regional tournament. Faith Family. But yeah, those are my 4 takes for this weekend, man. I'm just excited. Y'all, we showed this to early, man. We coming, baby. We coming, but we're excited to see some really good basketball. The best teams, the best players, and the best coaching that this state has to offer. And it's going to be crazy.
Before they end, please go inbox us on Twitter or mention us on Twitter. We need some good places to go eat. We got one reservation set up already, but I'm looking for 2 or 3 more. Yeah, I'm looking for 2 or 3 more places to go eat. So y'all know some local places in San Antonio, coaches, players, families. Some of y'all families, y'all done been here a lot of times.
We talk about
Y'all got a lot of experience down here. Shoot us the places that we had. We'll shout y'all out in the next episode and give you our thumb up or thumb down After your donation.
Hey, but listen, it's been real, man. We appreciate you guys for joining us. But we got some basketball to go watch. Appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll let y'all
All right, thank you.
later. Please tell me that this